Hey there, folks. Today, for the writing process, we're going to be doing revising. And I know what you're thinking. Wait, Robin, we did revising yesterday. And we did. You're right. Good writers keep working on their draft. They revise, revise, revise. So, yesterday we did a strategy called Be Precise. You remember that one? We went through and we found all of our nouns and we tried to make them more precise or use more specific nouns. Instead of car, we might say Corvette or Dodge Charger or Challenger, or I don't know, a more specific word for that noun. Today, instead of the nouns, we're going to actually make our verbs stronger, those action words. We're going to go through our draft and find action words and see if we can find a stronger, more vivid action word that matches our meaning a little bit better. And so I call this strategy Kick It Up a Notch with Spicy Verbs. And where that actually came from, that title, there used to be an old cooking show called Cooking with Emerald or something like that. And Emerald was this funny chef, and he'd make these funny or these good dishes. And then at the very end, he'd say, "You know what we need to do now? Kick it up a notch." And the whole crowd would just get crazy. Yeah, yeah. They'd be so excited because he would take his spice and he'd go, bam, 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 and he'd throw this spice on the dish, and all of a sudden it kicked it up a notch. And so that's what we want to do with our writing, is we want to bam, 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 sprinkle in those stronger, dare I say, spicier verbs. And it's actually not that hard to do. Look, it's 3 easy steps. Number 1, find a verb in your writing. You could do that. It's an action word. Step 2, think of a stronger verb, right? And that's really all it is. And some of you will stop there. You'll find a verb. I was going to run to the park. Run. I could think of something stronger than run. Now, if you can't think of something stronger than run, you would use a thesaurus, and that's an online tool, or they actually used to have real thesauruses. Thesauri? I don't know. But we're going to use an online version, and I'm going to show you how to use it. There's one little note, and you see it here at the bottom. Make sure you know the meaning of the new word that you choose. Year after year, my students really like this strategy because it really takes your writing to the next level. But occasionally I'll have students use so many words from the thesaurus, and they're just picking the biggest, longest, most complicated words, and they don't really know what they mean. And you have to be careful because some words can't substitute perfectly for whatever you wanted it to mean. I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. I have to go to this so that I can actually type. So, I already did it for run. Oh well, I'm going to erase and I'll show you how I did it. I practiced this one time. Instead of run, I'm going to think of a word, and you saw some of mine, sprint. Or maybe I could use dash, right? Now, that was where I stopped last time. I'm like, I can't think of any more words for run. And so I would go to a thesaurus. And so I'm going to click a new tab and go to thesaurus.com. Now, that link is going to be in your assignment, so you can either learn how to type it in or you can just click the link. And then up here in the search bar, I'm going to click the word I'm looking for, run. And then boom, here it comes. And there's one thing you want to double check. Do you see up here? This is telling you the type of run you're looking for, because some words have multiple meanings, and some are like way far away off, and some are super close. And so I was kind of thinking the type of running is that kind of running. And so it says fast moving on foot. Yeah, that's the one I want. But this says noun. And like, hey, let's go for a run. And that's not the one I meant. I meant I'm going to run, and that's a verb. So I'm going to go there, and that brings up a little bit more. So look at that. Ooh, we have sprint. I already had that one. Rush, that's not bad. Ooh, abscond. See, that's one of those ones like, I don't know what that means. So don't choose that one because you don't know if that means exactly what you want it to mean. Here was that one I like, scamper. I thought that was pretty cool. And then scuttle was on the other one. They don't have that. So let's find one more. I'll do scamper and, ooh, hot foot. That's kind of funny. How about bustle? I like bustle. So I'm going to use scamper or scoot. I like scoot even better. I'm going to use scoot and scamper. Now you could have used any of those, and that's what's cool about a thesaurus, right? Is I find all the different ones that I might want. And then as you get further down here, they have phrases, go like lightning, right? One last thing to show you. Let's say I kind of like sprint. I can actually click on sprint, and it's going to give me synonyms for sprint. And so I can really get precise with my verbs: scurry, scoot, scamper, dart. Ooh, dart's a great one. Dash, rush. That's exactly what I meant. So the more you click on these things, the more precise you can get. Okay, I'll do one more with you, and then I'm going to have you do hit and laugh, and then you'll do it on your writing as well. So let's do eat. How about scarf? I've always loved scarf. So remember, step 2 is try to think of verbs on your own. Eat, scarf, inhale, right? He inhaled the Twinkie. He scarfed the Twinkie. Huh. I can't think of any others. Let's go to our thesaurus. We're going to type in eat. And again, check up here. Yes, I did mean consume food. I did not mean to erode or use up. No. So let's see. Attack, bite, ooh, devour. I like that. Ingest. Hey, there's inhale. Nibble. That's not bad. Gormandize? See, that's another example. I don't know what that means, so don't choose that one just because you think, this is going to make me sound super smart. No, because it might make you sound not so smart at all if it's not the right thing. I like devour, and let's click on devour. See if I can find another one. Exhaust, feed on, gobble. Ooh, gobble's good. So I'm going to use gobble and devour. I'm just picking 2 of each. Okay, and now it's your turn. You're going to do the same thing with hit and laugh, and make sure you're choosing words that you've heard of and you kind of know what they mean. Then, after you've completed this chart, you're going to go to your paragraph, and look, here's where I was yesterday. These were my precise nouns. I highlighted them in yellow. So today, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to change out some verbs, but I might do a different color. In fact, yes, I want you to do a different color so that you can tell there's my nouns I changed. These are my verbs in this color. I set my bag down and pulled out my 56-degree grenade sandwich. Set. I set my bag down. How about I dropped? I dropped my bag, and I can take off down because dropped means it went down. I dropped my bag and pulled out my 56-degree sandwich. I could change pulled, but I don't think I need to. Still angry, I stood next to my ball and took a major whack. I think whack is a noun, but took a major whack is already strong enough. Stood. I'm okay with that. I don't need to change one in every single line, right? The ball rocketed off low and to the right. I think rocketed is already a pretty strong verb. So first thing I do remember is step 1 was find a verb. Step 2 was see if you can find a stronger verb. Rocketed was already strong enough, so I'm going to move on. It was a shank. I picked up my bag and marched up the hill. Well, marched is pretty good. Picked up my bag. Let's see if I can find something stronger. So I'm going to go to my thesaurus. And maybe instead of picked, I'm just going to do pick, just to make sure. And I'm talking about like to grab something. Choose or select, kind of. Let's see if there's anything there. I elected my bag? No. I named? No, I don't think this is it. I preferred my bag? No, that's a different thing. So I'm going to try this one, to gather or harvest. I chose my bag. I cut my bag? No. I like that. I plucked my bag. That's pretty good. I'm going to use that one. But see how accumulate, that wouldn't work. I accumulated my bag. No, so don't just pick whatever one's there. So I'm going to do plucked. I plucked up my bag and marched up the hill. I'm sure if you had seen me, you would have seen steam coming from my ears. Steam coming from my ears. I know there's a strong one. I can't think of one. Let's go to, this time maybe I will try coming, arrival, approaching. I think it's this one. I would have seen steam, forthcoming. No, subsequent, advancing, aspiring. No, this doesn't look like it's giving me what I want. Maybe coming's okay. Let's try this other one up here. Arrival. Definitely not. All right, that's okay. Coming from my ears is okay. I got to my ball and set my bag down. I used dropped up here. What could I do there? Set my bag down. How about plunked? I got to my ball and plunked my bag down. So that one I didn't even have to go to the thesaurus for. So there's two strategies. Number one, just try to think of a stronger word. And then number two, use the thesaurus. I just realized what I forgot to do. Oh my goodness, how could I forget? Just for this, I did want you to highlight any that you changed. So when we talk, we can. So I changed this one. I can't believe I forgot that. I'll do green. It was a shank. I plucked. I changed that one. And notice I'm doing a different color. See, I got to my ball and I plunked. I think that was my last one. Okay. So, and I would keep going through my whole draft that way. I know highlighting it in a different color is a little bit more time consuming, but that's just so we can talk about it and so you can learn this process and see how many different verbs you're changing out. All right, that's revising. Tomorrow we will start editing.